Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Dr. Ghost and today we are back on World of Warships Legends. Today we are going to have a sort of double feature sort of game or video here. There are two games that aren't really the best games in the world by damage numbers. Really, in both these games we barely even break over 100k. In the next one after this we don't even break over 100k. In this one I think we might, I don't remember, but I think we hit around 100,000. You guys got to remember, I am doing the voiceover after these games have already been done. I think I played these matches like 3 or 4 or 5 days ago, so just bear that in mind. But yeah, this is my 855th video currently. And we have been on here for now, Legends, I think we've been on here for 6-7 years. Since 2020, so more like 5 years. I've been playing a little longer than 5 years. I've been playing Legends longer than I have been doing YouTube. But I've been doing YouTube for a long time now, like 3 or 4 years, and I've come a long way thanks to you guys during those 3 years-ish, I think, on YouTube. And we have done a lot of stuff here on this channel. I kind of wanted to highlight this while we have these games here. In the background, I kind of wanted to highlight, some of the stuff that we've been doing on the channel, because we recently just hit a new milestone, that being 6,000 subscribers. So thank you everybody for tuning into my stuff and watching and subscribing and liking and commenting. This community is just fantastic. You guys are awesome and you guys keep me going, right? I have not been doing a lot of content creation lately just because I've been kind of burnt on the game. I've been doing other things. I've been playing other games, like, for example, the Battlefield 6 beta that is currently going on, and I've just been doing my own thing, right? Sometimes I gotta have breaks, I gotta do other things, okay? It's for the sanity, okay? But, yeah, I mean, we've just been doing all sorts of things. If we take a look at my most popular videos, Carriers in 2023, 26,000 views on that. Destroyers in 2024, 22,000 views on that. And if we look at them more in depth, there's so many comments and all sorts of things, and questions and answers, and it's just the community here that we have. There's so many people over the few years that I've been doing YouTube on here that have been coming into my channel and just getting lots of info and hopefully getting a lot of help that they need to make them better at this game. I've gotten so many great messages from people and whatnot over the course of my time on Legends and on YouTube. Telling me how great of a content creator I am and how I help them, and that means a lot. At the end of the day, that's my goal, right? I try to get people to be the best they can. Over the past few months, not really as much. I've been kind of taking a step back, not caring too much anymore about like the competitiveness, and I've learned now over the past few years that people are going to be people and dummies are going to be dummies, and it's just nothing you can do, right? I would say 80% of this player base is just your average Joe. They don't care about winning, they don't care about doing this or that, and that's okay, right? It's annoying for sure, like we all get very annoyed, but it is what it is. I mean, you can't change people. People can only want to change if they want to change. If they want to go on YouTube and watch a guide and learn, that's up to them. We can't force them to go on YouTube and learn things, and I've learned that over the past 6 months, that you can't force people to change. The only people that can change are the people themselves. If they want to truly learn this game and they want to devote enough time to learn it, they have to go out and do it themselves. They have to go and find videos. They have to do their research. There's so many videos out there that people have posted, myself included, that have helped people and continue to help people. There's people that still go back and watch those videos to hopefully learn some things. And that at the end of the day is something that I think I've accomplished on this channel, is I have gotten to a point where people can go back and watch my older guides and even some of my newer stuff and learn. I will still continue to probably cover this game for a while. I'll still do reviews on new ships. If I get really good games and I get them recorded, I will post them. And hopefully when I do those posts, people can learn from them and maybe learn about what I did. And I have hundreds of videos on this channel. Not just WoW's Legends content, but majority of it. I would say 95% of my content is WoW's Legends content. And yeah, I hope that a lot of you guys have gotten something out of it, and I hope you guys will continue to get stuff out of it. We've had our moments on this channel. Mainly me. I've had my moments where, we have our ups and downs. There's been videos where I talk about the problems in this game and There's been videos where I may or may not have like decided to say, screw it, I'm hanging up the hat, and I leave the game, which I do usually. I did a few times actually quit the game for a while, but I always end up coming back. And I think whether I like to admit it or not, I'm stuck with this game for a while. It still has its fun moments. Yes, it has its moments where it's extremely fucking aggravating, but what game doesn't, right? Every game you play, you're gonna lose here and there. There's nothing you can do. You're gonna have your moments where you just get fucked. It's just the way it is. And if you can learn to accept that fact and just try to enjoy the game for what it is, you can go, a long way, right? So, yeah, I here have a challenge for everybody that's watching. If you still play World of Warships Legends, I have a challenge for you. Just try not to take the game seriously when you play. I know that's hard to do, but try to just get on the game, and if it's making you super mad, turn it off. Go do something else. Right? There's plenty of other games out there that you can play and you can find enjoyment in. Or there's even no games you can play. You can just turn off your Xbox or PlayStation or whatever and go do something else. This is not the only thing in the world. And people still, I find it funny, they just take this game so seriously. It's honestly kind of crazy. Like, I just come on, I do my thing, I don't bother anybody, I try to get stuff done, and if I'm starting to not enjoy the game, I just don't play it. And there you go, that's my challenge for you guys. Just try to enjoy the game for what it is. And if you're not enjoying it, just turn it off. Go do something else. Right? So, there you go. Anyways, with that out of the way, the first 7 minutes of the video, just talking about the channel. Thank you, everybody, for 6,000 subscribers. Hopefully, we're going to have more over the next few, maybe a few years that I might be doing this, right? But yeah, anyways, let's talk about the gameplay here. This game here, Ismail. 112,000 damage so far. Pretty damn good. High caliber. We got 4 citadels. Nothing crazy, but hey, we had fun this game. We did quite a bit of stuff. I don't know if you guys have been noticing what we've been doing in the game, but we spawned on the Charlie side, we got the caps, and we absolutely pushed everybody in, and we smacked everybody around. We used our armor and our angling, and for the most part, just beat it on everybody. And unfortunately, we're getting attacked by the carrier. Carrier torpedo bombers are coming in, and we're gonna most likely take one. Yeah, nothing crazy there. 5,400 damage. Nothing you can really do about that. I'm a giant Russian battleship with very sluggish maneuverability, moving through two islands here. There's a little channel I'm moving through, so maneuverability is limited. Unfortunately, we just took that like it was nothing. Really nothing we can do there. But the game is pretty much at an end here. The only person left on the enemy team is a destroyer, and that destroyer is right now currently making its way to our carrier, and he's going to try to mess him up. And well, I'm going to do a little bit of fast forwarding magic to the point where we need to be, because this part's just sailing. It's just sailing simulator. Nobody wants to see that. We're going to get the Bravo cap, and yeah. Alrighty, that concludes the first game. Yeah, not a bad game, but not a great game either, right? So, hey, 2,300 base XP. Average game. And honestly, this is the games that I usually have on a regular basis. I think it's good to show that, not every fucking game you play is great. Most content creators, they don't show these mid games that they have. They just show all the good games, right? They cherry pick. Anyway, here's the commander, right? Here you guys go if you guys are wanting that. And anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and let's move on to the second and final game of this video here. And it is going to be in none other than the Bismarck. That's right, here we go. So, I don't usually play Bismarck. I don't usually play Ismail. I think you guys have noticed that. Over the past few years, American ships have been my favorite ships in the game. And, well, sometimes I like to occasionally pop in other ships that I don't usually play in. Like Ismail, like Bismarck. And I actually quite like the Ismail. The Ismail's fun. And you guys just saw, we had a pretty fun time last game. Except that DD that ran around and, you know, caused us a bunch of fucking issues. But in this game here, we're playing the Bismarck. And this is one ship that I don't really enjoy that much. It's not bad. Like, the Bismarck's not a horrible ship, but it's so damn large. It's got so much superstructure. It just gets farmed by everything. And people tell me it's supposed to be a brawler. How is it supposed to brawl when it has no fucking, not very good armor to brawl with? Like, you just, in my experience, okay, in my experience, I just get absolutely fucked up. Like, before I can even get close enough to brawl with people, I've already lost, like, a quarter to half of my health. I mean, even in this situation right here, you guys can see I'm getting bombed by the fucking carrier, because of course I am. In the first drop, I lost 10,000 health. Yeah, I lost 10k health. Right off the rip, because, you know, long battleships. I hate long battleships. They just, man, they're tough. They're just tough. Now, this ship is actually kind of funny. I say they're tough. This ship is a tough ship. Like, the hull is very good. The hull armor on the Bismarck's good. The problem, though, is that kind of is like a double-edged sword, because what ends up happening is people just farm the Bismarck, because it has all that hull and that superstructure. What ends up happening is all shells that fire at you arm, and they pen. Now, speaking of arming and penning, that salvo right there on that Pagration, absolutely disgusting. That's going to be the best salvo we get the whole game. For the rest of the game, we're going to get really no good salvos after that. 19,000 damage through that Pagration's bow is incredible. Only if my Bismarck did that more often, but it usually doesn't. Unfortunately. So, yeah, we're up to 23,000 damage. We did get another shell hit there on that Pagration, and he got hit for like 3 or 4k. Nothing special there. And I'm going to keep trying to shoot at him, and I'm going to keep trying to, you know, hit him for decent amounts of damage. And yeah, I'm going to hit him here and there, but what's going to end up happening is these shells are just going to be trolly, and they're going to do what Bismarck shells do best, and that is just go around the ships that you shoot at, barely do anything to them of substance. And yeah, it's unfortunate. But it is what it is. Now, we do have a destroyer here with us, and for whatever reason, he's not in the cap. I mean, I know why he's not in the cap. Obviously, there's 2 cruisers right there. 2 cruisers right there, and there's a couple battleships coming over as well. So it would not be ideal to be in there right now and, you know, contesting it. Now, I hope that dude doesn't take a torpedo. Is he going to take a torp? Let's see. Oh, he dodged them all. Very, very nicely done. Very, very nicely done indeed. Now, there is a Kansas out here, and that ship can absolutely smack me if we're not careful. Kansas has very dangerous 16-inch guns. It's got 12 of them, to be exact, and they're very accurate. Kansas is a very strong ship. A lot of people just think when they see a Kansas, oh, it's a big, fat American battleship. It can't do anything, right? Well, you'd be wrong. The Kansas, yes, although it may be a big, fat battleship, it has very, very, very potent 16-inch guns, and it's got 12 of them. If you are broadside to a Kansas, and you are underestimating the power of Kansas, you will quickly come to regret it, as that is one of the most consistent American battleships in the game in terms of guns. Very, very, very dangerous, and very, very overall disgusting battleship in terms of firepower. Now, speaking of firepower, while the Kansas has a lot of firepower, we don't. These 15-inch guns are trolly as hell, and we're not really doing a whole lot to these guys. The best salvo, again, we had was at the beginning of the game. Now, those look very accurate, and somehow we only get 3 pens and 1 overpen for, like, no damage. Now, we did knock out one of his guns, and I think we blacked one of his guns as well. But it's just a freaking Michelangelo. The Michelangelo is not really a gun ship. It's more of a secondary ship. So nothing really spectacular there. I was more hoping to get some fucking nasty penetrations and maybe even a citadel or two there. But unfortunately, it just did not happen. And again, we're just kind of struggling here. We're just trying to cycle these guns as much as we can to hopefully finish this guy off, and which we do, right? Oh, no, we don't. It gets yoinked. We can't even finish him off. Unfortunate. But yeah, we're up to 40,000 damage. 22 shell hits. 40k damage. The best salvo we had was at the beginning of the game. Ever since then, we've just been having pens and overpens for like little to no damage. Very, very unfortunate. And we got a ricochet there on that progression. Let's see what this next gun does. Let's see. It does nothing. It just misses. Okay. Unfortunate. And we get set on fire because of course we do. You know, Russian fire spamming cruiser out there. And he's continuing to hit us over and over again. Meanwhile, we're struggling to even hit him, and when we do hit him, it's usually nothing. Again, we're just bracketing him there. We're falling short, not doing anything. And we hit him again and got a ricochet. Meanwhile, we're just sailing out here at pretty long range, and he's able to hit us over and over and over again, set fires, get penetrations. Can someone please tell me, like, how battleships are the best class in the game? They're just not. You know what I mean? They're just not. Like, cruisers and destroyers and carriers are currently the best ships in the game. Playing a battleship is literally playing a slot machine. I've been saying this for 3 years now. 2-3 years. Battleships are the pinnacle of slot machine engineering. That's exactly what they are. In this game especially. It is too funny. It is too funny. Now we got a gas cone out here. And again, just diabolically bad dispersion. But some of them might hit just like that, and we get only 3.9k damage. Really? Come on. I can't hit him in a superstructure and smack the shit out of him. We know that it has a French superstructure. It's got a lot of, you know, superstructure. We should be able to have no problems getting pens for like 5 to 10k. But again, unfortunately, in true Bismarck fashion, with the fucking dispersion salvos that I'm getting, look at that. Absolutely abysmal. Only a few thousand damage. Not even over 5k. We got like 3 or 4k damage right there. And that is basically how this whole game kind of goes. And this is how usually most of my Battleship games go. Believe it or not, most of my Battleship games go like this. They go exactly like how this one is going. Not just the Germans. Even my, like, American battleships lately have been like this. Now, we did get the kill there. Down goes the Bismarck. Getting our first kill of the game. Like, 6-7 minutes into the game. Or 8 minutes into the game, rather. Not spectacular results so far. And, yeah, I kind of wanted to come on here and just show you guys, like, my usual experience I have in this game. It's usually games like this. 90% of my games are like this. Are like this one. And a lot of content creators, they don't showcase a lot of the meh games they have. And I think they're kind of doing the community a disservice by not doing that. I think, because what ends up happening is when a content creator only uploads his best games, what basically it makes it seem like is, you know, that content creators are just the best players in the world and, you know, they only have good games. When that's not true. The shit that most of us have to go through to get a good game is crazy. Like, and I think a lot of people need to be open to that, because I see a lot of people out there complaining like, oh, why can't I get good games? Why can't I have this happen? I see people like Spartan, I see people like Zarkoon, I see all these big YouTubers, right, that have amazing games. And yet when I play, I get these wish-washy matches. And that's honestly, this is how it goes. So I think it's a good thing. I think it's healthy to occasionally come on and showcase games that aren't particularly the best, right? But they're not bad inherently either. Like, this is not a horrible game. We actually end up, I'm not going to spoil it, but at the end of the game we do have a pretty good XP result. Despite, you know, not doing great in terms of damage, right? Damage isn't everything. I think we've said that probably hundreds of times on this channel. Damage is not everything. Playing the game and, you know, playing for caps and playing to win is everything, right? And that's what we do. We kind of stay alive, we stay back, we farm, we do bits of damage here, do bits of damage there, Citadel occasionally here, Citadel occasionally there. Like, maybe, like right now, we haven't even got a single Citadel yet. There we go. Finally, we take down that progression, getting our first Citadel of the game. And that brings us up to 73k damage. And we're still getting attacked, we're still getting bombed, we're still getting shot at. And we have been alive the whole time. Because, well, our positioning has been pretty good. We strategically fell back, we retreated at the beginning of the game, because we knew there was 2 cruisers and 2 battleships coming our way, and we didn't want to be here when they were going to all show up and bombard me. And now, since I had a lot of health, I came in here, and I was starting to tank, and I started taking advantage of all these people out here who have overextended themselves, and, you know, ultimately resulted us in winning the game. Also, on the other side of the map, too, our team did pretty well, and, you know, they did their thing, got the caps. And overall, the team did pretty well. And we're going to win because of it. The only ship left now is the enemy carrier. We've shot down a few planes, not a lot though. And we're about to get this cap here. Just like so. And we're going to get bombed again. And we're lucky that we didn't get Citadel because it is a Graf Zeppelin if I recall. Yep, it is a Graf Zeppelin, so we're lucky we didn't get Citadel. Now, we are almost at a Kraken. Could we get a Kraken this game? We could have if we had more time. Because, well, if you look at the top of the screen, 998 points and 1,000 points. And unfortunately, the Bell saved the carrier. We could have potentially had a Kraken. Maybe not, though. That carrier was probably going to come back and kill me. But hey, 85k damage, and we were second from the top with 2,500 base XP with 4 kills. Not a bad game, but not a great game either. And that's kind of what I wanted to come on and show you guys today. Yeah, there you go. But anyways, we have reached the end of the video. Here's the commander build for you all. But yeah, thank you guys so much, though, for tuning in for today's video. And yeah, 6 years later, and we're at 6,000 subscribers. I think that's a pretty good saying, right? 6 years, 6,000 subscribers. Awesome stuff. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in, and yeah, hope you guys did enjoy me talking and whatnot and showing off some of these matches here. And yeah, anyways, I will catch you guys on the next one. See ya.